Yes, I'm going to loading this. Yeah, right now we are on YouTube. So, good afternoon, YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. The topic of today is what are your preference? But before that, I will explain a little bit about the Talk and Talk platform. Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. And the conversation sessions are for all levels. So it doesn't matter what is your English level. It's not so important. But the main point is about this is not a class, a regular class, and we are not here to teach you anything or in a direct way, but you will learn by practice in a real environment, and here you will develop your fluency and your confidence as an English speaker. Okay, so that's the main point. I'm not an English teacher as well. I'm not a Spanish teacher, so that's the main point. And here on Talk and Talk, we have, besides English, we have other languages like Spanish, Italian, French, German, I guess, and Mandarin. So that's a lot of language, and you can see that on the Talk and Talk website, okay? So let's start with the presentation, and I will start. My name is Warley. I'm 25. I work with IT as a front-end developer. I'm also an English and Spanish host here on Talk and Talk. I'm here since 2022. I started with Spanish. I have started with Spanish also, actually. And nowadays I'm focused more on develop my English skills, and that's my focus right now. And yeah, that's the main idea about me. Mariana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Of course. My name is Mariana. I am 34 years old. I am a mom and I working with support of TI right now and started my studies in English about 2 years. And right now I study Spanish and English too, but I need to uh, explain my skills in English too.
Very great. And how about you, Pedrito? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Pedro Souza. I'm 35 years old. I'm married and I have a 9-year-old daughter. Uh, I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul, and now I'm a DevOps engineer. And in my free time, I like to go outside with my family, play some games with my daughter, and uh, I have been in Talking since June this year, and to improve my English, to to achieve a new opportunity uh, in another country.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Christian? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Cristian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. I currently live here in Brazil, in Curitiba, Paraná. I work as a full stack software developer, and I have been working in the field for almost 12 years. So I currently play the role as a tech lead in a Brazilian institution, in a project that works in different countries here in South America. I am 36 years old. I'm host and I'm English and Spanish host here as well in Talk and Talk. And nowadays I'm trying to learn French as well because it's so tight of some dreams that I have for my professional life. And that's it, guys. That's a little bit about me.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Christian. So let's start with the question number one. What is your favorite food and why do you like that, for example, or I don't know, tell me a little bit about that. I'll start with you, Christian. What do you think?
So, I am a really lover of junk food. So my favorite one is hamburgers. I don't know why, but I think that it's because my mom used to prepare this in a different way. So I really like the way that my mom prepares burgers. Obviously, nowadays, I don't have the opportunity to get the hamburgers that my mom does. But nowadays, I have the receipt, so when I have the time, I try to do to make my own burgers here. But in general, I really like burgers. And the second one, I would say that it's pizza. So all of my favorite ones are junk food. And every time that I go, for example, I have the opportunity to travel to another country or different places. Even though I am a different place or a different country, and I have the opportunity to try something new, all the time that we go to the restaurant, I always order hamburger if there is one hamburger in the menu. Yeah, that's it.
Great. Do you think it's there so difference between the Bolivian food and the Brazilian food, for example? I think I don't know, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think that there are a lot of differences between Bolivian and Brazilian food. Yeah, in my personal opinion, yeah.
Did you like it, the Brazilian food when you arrived here, or what did you think? We have a lot
At,
of foods here.
mhm. So at the beginning, it was kind of weird to have all of everyday beans on the menu, because I
Yeah.
think that in general Brazilian people you like to eat beans. In Bolivia, it's not like that. The base of our daily food is based with potato, rice, or noodles, and another protein. And we have a specific plates of food. We don't have that mix of food as you have here in Brazil.
Yeah, I feel this the opposite actually when I went to Argentina because for me it's so natural to eat beans all the days at lunch. But when I went there, it was so different because they don't have this this habit to have a lunch with beans and rice and all this stuff that we have here in Brazil. So for me, it was pretty different, but I don't know. I think it's just a cultural thing, you know. As you said, in Bolivia, it was really different also. But pretty great. And how about you, Pedrito? What do you think?
Here in my home, we love pasta with sauce. This is my favorite food, and pasta and pizza as well. Um Today, for example, we lunch pasta with sauce chicken and chicken. Uh, and my daughter loved this, and my 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 family in general. I think here in South Rio Grande do Sul, we have a lot of different people, like Italian and German as well, and uh, these people can be uh, introduce this food in our routine. And you,
Uh,
Mariana, sorry.
no, just a second. I have a question for you. Is it common for you to drink mate or chimarrão? I don't know how to say in Rio Grande do Sul. Because I
Yes,
don't know it's common in all Rio Grande do Sul, but in Argentina, for example, it's so common.
yes. All days we drink mate or chimarrão uh, in the morning or early in the morning or in the afternoon.
Yeah, I I have tried that in Argentina and I liked it a lot. And I don't know, it's funny because it's a really common habit that all the Argentina and the people from Rio Grande do Sul have that they drink all the days and they go to the street, for example, with that and they have this habit. So it's pretty interesting for me. It's not common here actually where I live in Pernambuco. So yeah, it was different for me also. And how about you, Mariana? What do you think? What do you think?
I prefer feijoada is my favorite food because I love the beans and fresh rice and other things in feijoada. And I love cooking feijoada on Saturdays in my house. And it's this. I love feijoada. But my mom cooking very well and bake kitchen. And I don't know what ingredients she used, but the chicken baked is so good. It's very flavor, very smell. Every Sundays, I love cooking of chicken for my mom.
Yeah, I really feel because I don't know how my mom prepares all the food that they have that she does, but I don't know, it has a different flavor, I guess, right? So it's different, and I don't know, it's pretty better compared to the food that I do, for example. I don't know why, I don't know how she does that, but it's just different. I don't know, it's just better in a general way. I think you feel the same. So let's go to the question number two. Do you prefer coffee or tea, and why do you prefer that? I start with you, Pedrito. What do you think?
For me, it depends of the time in the day, the period, the day. For example, in the morning, I prefer coffee, and after lunch. But in the afternoon, uh, I prefer tea, and at night, before go bed, we drink tea here too.
Do you
I
think
don't know.
drink?
I don't know why, but too, like uh, uh, we 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 drink a lot of coffee, but tea is the in the night shift or the afternoon.
Yeah, do you think you drink a lot of coffee or drink coffee in general at night impacts on your dream, for example? Did you experience that?
I don't this problem. I don't drink coffee at night, but uh, in January is no, this is not a problem for me.
And how about you, Mariana? What do you think?
If I rather the shoes that prefer a coffee because I drink coffee all days. Uh, I don't know you, but I drink coffee in the night, in the morning, after lunch, after dinner, every time. And I love so much coffee, but uh, all many times with my kids, I drink tea because my daughter love drink tea after sleeping.
But do you think it's not important or about your dream, for example, is it doesn't have an impact on your dream, for example, to go to sleep?
No, I sleep very well all night. I don't know. I train in CrossFit every day, and I don't know. So it's impacting my day because it's very caffeine
Mhm.
and so much impact exercise in CrossFit, and for me, it's very well.
I think for this case on exercise is so important because caffeine gives you the energy for that, but I don't know. I think it's funny because a lot of people have problems with coffee and caffeine when they go to sleep, for example. But for some people, is not relevant, I guess. For example, my mom likes to drink coffee at night after dinner, for example, and she doesn't have these problems with go to sleep and dreams and these ideas. So I don't know. I think it's funny for someone it's relevant, for others it's not. But yeah, I don't know. And how about you, Christian? What do you think about that?
So, in my case, I don't drink coffee nor tea. Well, real coffee nor real tea because I'm an Adventist, so caffeine is not allowed. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's not allowed for us. Obviously, it's allowed. Obviously, if you want, you can drink that. But in my personal opinion, caffeine can bring negative impacts for your body. So I try to avoid it. In fact, I already tried real coffee, but I don't like it. So I don't have that habit that it's drinking coffee or tea. Obviously, there are some kind of drinks that, for example, we have in Bolivia. What kind of coffee that it's like coffee, but it's not from the real coffee, you know. But as I already said, so it's not real coffee. So that's it. I don't drink them.
Great, very interesting. In my case, I like tea better than coffee because in a general way, coffee impacts a lot on my dreams. For example, when I go to sleep and makes me feel bad, so I don't like to drink coffee in a general way. So because of that, I prefer tea, and I don't know, tea is for me it's better because it's a relaxed drink, I guess. So I think it's better for me. I would rather tea in a general way. But okay, let's go to the question number three. Would you rather eat out or cookie at home, and why do you prefer that, for example? I'll start with you, Mariana. What do you think?
Um, I prefer cooking in my house because I select all the ingredients, and my son has a allergic lactose. I don't know say, but and all time I need to search with with I go to eat out. I need to search all the ingredients the restaurant use it and prepare it. But nowadays I prefer cooking in my house because this.
Yeah, I think you can say that he is lactose intolerant. Yeah,
Yes,
I think that's
lactose.
it. Yeah, it's a really important point, and my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law they have that, so it's complicated because they need to uh see about the ingredients and all the points about the food, for example. So it's complicated to know exactly if the food has lactose, for example. So it's complicated. It's complicated.
Yes.
So yeah, but okay, pretty good. And how about you, Pedrito? What do you think?
In general, we cook at home for lunch all days, and but my daughter and my wife loves eat outside on other foods and junk foods sometimes, but is not uh, I think usually we do it. because it's too expensive to go out to not every day, but many days, and we prefer cook at home.
And do you usually, I don't know, do a order on iFood, for example? Do you usually that?
Yes, like we went to eat a junk food, for example, a hamburger or a pizza. We ordered.
I don't do that uh, in a lot of moments, but I really prefer to do that than cook at home, for example. But it's complicated because a lot of foods on iFood, it is a junk food, so it's complicated to me to choose the healthy one compared to the junk food, for example. So it's a really problem that I have to deal. But what do you think, Christian? What's your opinion?
So I normally eat at home. I think that it's kind of I don't remember the last time that I ordered something from iFood for food applications. So we try to prepare all of our meals every day. In fact, we leave our food almost prepared on weekends, and then I prepare them our lunch here in my home in my house because as I work remotely, I work from home. So, and my wife, she works so close of our house, so she can she can come here to share the meal. So we just prepare the food here, and obviously on weekends there are some times that we feel like to maybe eat some meat, some barbecue or some different food meals that we don't know how to prepare here in house. So sometimes we prefer to go there on weekends, but just on weekends. It's so weird when it's rarely when we decide to go to a specific restaurant during the week. But in general, we eat our meals here at home.
Very great, very great. So let's jump to the question number four. What's your favorite dessert? And I don't know, why do you like that? Or I don't know if it is not just one and do you like a lot? So what do you think, David? What's your opinion?
About desserts, I think is any anything with chocolate. Like I don't know, cookies or uh, uh, cheesecake or another ones. If have chocolate or like 15% or more, I love it. And my daughter loves uh, just chocolate in bar, and her is not don't doesn't like desserts with a mix of things. It's just chocolate bar or uh, uh, ice cream, for example.
Very great. I also love chocolate and it's pretty, very great. And how about you, Mariana? What's your opinion?
If I have a choose my dessert, I have very options. In Brazil, we have very options for dessert, but the pudim is the first, and the second is cake, the chocolate cake, and mm, I don't know, is brigadeiro.
I really don't know how to say that in English, but I think we all know what is brigadeiro in a general way. So yeah, it's pretty great. I also love that. And how about you, Christian?
So, actually, here in Brazil, I am getting used to have chocolate after every single meal. In Bolivia, by the way, it's not that normal to have a piece of chocolate. I think that here in Brazil, it's kind of common, right? Maybe a bonbon or a piece of chocolate, right, as a dessert of every lunch. In Bolivia, it's not like that. But here, yeah, I'm getting used to eat my bar of chocolate after my meal. But I would say that my favorite one is a chocolate cake with ice cream. Even though chocolate cake was not my favorite one some years ago, I think that I started enjoying or preferring chocolate cake when I met my wife, or at that time my girlfriend, because back then I didn't have a favorite dessert. I was kind of more like a person who preferred salty food and not sweet food. So but nowadays, chocolate cake and ice cream, it's my combination, my favorite combination.
Is there any common dessert on Bolivia, for example, that you all like? I don't know.
Let me see. I think that the most popular is ice cream in general. We have some kind of dessert that are part of our cultures like brigadeiro, but I don't do not remember the names of them. Uh, yeah, I don't remember their names.
Really. For me, I guess it was like petit gâteau. I don't know how to say exactly that, but petit gâteau de doce de leite. I really don't know how to say that in English. But for me, it's pretty great. I have tried that when I went to a restaurant with my girlfriend, and it is pretty great. It has a bowl of ice cream actually, also, so it's pretty amazing. So I think we already answered in a certain way the question number five. So I will jump to the question number six. Okay. Would you rather watch a movie or read a book? What's your preference? What do you think, Christian? I'll start with you.
So nowadays, I would say that I would prefer to watch a movie, even though I am trying to become a better reader because I know that it's so important. So nowadays, I am trying to read more because in the past, I didn't read a lot at all. So this year, I started reading more, but I used to read more. I normally read more technical books. I have never read like a novel or books like that, you know. So, but nowadays I still prefer watching a movie.
Okay. I feel you because I'm also trying to become a better reader. I think it's pretty important to do that, but I don't know. I have some problems to fit that on my agenda, for example. So it's complicated for me. But what do you think, Mariano? What's your opinion?
Today, I prefer read a book, and because I need the moment of peace, of relaxing, and right now I read a book about my working, and is exactly I need to preparing for other other job, other department, and this. And but I think it's a very important. Do you see a movies too? Because movie open your mind for the creative things and about that.
Anyway, can you name a book that you like it and you read recently, for example?
I don't know say in English, but it's Poder do Hábito.
Poder do lado, yeah. It's pretty. I've heard about that, and I didn't read that, but it seems like pretty interesting the idea of the book. Great. And how about you, Pedrito?
It's a very good book. I already read. But today, in at night, with my daughter, we prefer watch a movie or a series to pass the time and to my until my daughter fell in sleep.
Very great, very great. So let's go to the question number 7. What do you like to do in your free time in a general way? What do you think, Mariana?
In my free time, I like to go a park or with my husband, my kids, and go in a park. Generally, you make exercise another ao ar livre, não sei falar, mas but we exercise, we play soccer, or many times we swimming with my kids, or to make it a picnic. And I like to go a park for with the natureza, também não me lembro. Is this?
I also like to do exercise or activities outside or outdoor. What's the right? You're right. So it's pretty great to have a fresh air, I guess. So, yeah, I agree with you. And about you, Pedrito?
Me too. If the weather it's good, we go outside in the weekends to a park or in a club to enjoy some games, play some games and exercise outside as well.
Amazing. And how about you, Christian? What do you think?
So, I would like to have more or to do more exercise nowadays, but sadly, I don't have too much time for doing that. So I just have the opportunity to go to the gym during the week. I would like to have more opportunities to play football and volleyball because I really love playing football and volleyball. But unfortunately, I don't have the time nor the opportunity or a group of friends to play with. And so nowadays, I would say that with my current routine, I really enjoy watching TV with my wife. As well, going on weekends. Sometimes we try to visit different parks, natural parks here in Curitiba because here there are a lot. There are a lot of parks for knowing. I consider that they are so beautiful. Um, there are different activities to do over there. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think that going to the parks, maybe going to the shoppings, because here we have a lot of shoppings as well, really big and beautiful shoppings. As well, knowing different restaurants, because we really like to try new restaurants, new churrascarias, pizzerias, and here in Curitiba, there are a lot of options for do that. Different kind of food as well, like Italian, uh, Brazilian, obviously. Um, but I think that the influence or Italian food is stronger than others, and that's it.
Very great. I think at weekdays it's complicated to put that on your routine. So for me, it's the same. It's complicated to do all these points, but yeah, I try to do differently at weekends on weekends on on weekends. So I try to go to a park, for example, to do exercise, to do outdoor exercise. So yeah, I think it's more easy to do that on weekends, but in weekdays it's complicated for me. But okay, actually I will do something different. Pedrito, can you choose a question that you want to answer?
Sure. Let me see. Um, I like this one, number 8. What kind of music do you like to listen to? Usually, uh, I like to a lot of music, kinds of music, but my I prefer like the 18s or 19s rock and roll classics, and singers, but I like to folk music and let me see, and pop rock music as well. I like to sing some musics and with my daughter too, together to enjoy with time.
Very good, very good. And how about you, Mariana?
I right now I prefer listen the music's kind of R&B and the hip hop many times, and the MPB.
Yeah, it's great. It's very great. I also like it. And how about you, Christian?
So I would say that my musical taste is so varied. I really like to listen to rock, pop, gospel music. I really love listening to gospel music because I like to sing as well. So let me see, pop, rock, the old reggaeton, the old version of reggaeton, because the nowadays reggaeton it's so weird and I don't like it. It's so vulgar, I would say. I'm not sure if that word exists in English. As well, I like it to listen to cumbia, cumbia, la, cumbia latina. As well, I really like ballads because romantic like ballads, like romantic songs, because I really like to sing that kind of music. I don't know why, but I think that's my mm, depending of my mood, my current mood. But in general, I would say that my musical taste is so varied.
Very interesting. Actually, I rarely don't like in one kind of music. I don't know, maybe heavy metal or this idea, but I really like to reggaeton, for example, cumbia, pagode, samba, MPB. Well, a lot of kind of music. So yeah, I think I'm a I don't know if it's right in English, but I'm a eclectic person, I guess, tasting of music. But okay, let's go to the question number 9. Do you prefer to travel alone or with a group? Or I don't know, how have you experienced that? How about you, Pedrito?
It depends the group. It but in vacations traveling, I prefer with my family, of course, but for a conference or other things uh, linked to my work, I prefer alone to enjoy and focus on things I like. And and just ignore the other things.
Great. It depends on the group. It's a really great answer. I agree with you. And how about you, Mariana? What do you think?
I think it's better you travel with the other peoples because you have a more experience, you knowledge of other places. I remember one time I went to travel alone because I'm a woman and I fear to go out in the night. And it is with the group you have a more experience to in nights or to go in different restaurants because many places is a reservation table for 2 people, 4 people. I think that
Very good. Very good. And how about you, Christian?
So nowadays, I would say that I prefer traveling in group, or at least with my wife, because for me nowadays traveling alone is possible. Every time I have to travel, I have to bring my wife with me. So, but I have had the opportunity to travel alone some years ago. I think that the experience is it's different. Obviously, I would say that there are pros and cons in each way of traveling. But nowadays, I prefer to traveling in group or with my wife because when you travel alone, I would say that it can be a little bit boring because, for example, going to different places like parks, for example, if you travel to the United States, it would be kind of weird you being alone in Disneyland or in Universal in the Universal Park. So at least you have to be with someone else in those kind of parks. Or so I would say that you enjoy more in group, or at least with your couple. And that's it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it depends of the person and depends of the group and depends of the place that you will go. But in a general way, I would rather go with a group, I guess, because yeah, we have a different experience. Actually, I think I never travel have traveled totally alone, so I don't know how is this exactly experience, but in a general way, I think it's interesting to travel with a group. It's a great experience. It actually depends of the group, but I think it's great to go to a place with other people. So yeah, but related to that, let me jump to the question number 13. Uh, yeah, 13, I guess. Do you prefer to learn new things on your own or in a classroom with a group, for example? What do you think, Christian?
So I would say that nowadays I prefer to learn the things on my own because I think that I have the freedom of search the information that I want to consume or maybe the lesson that I want to do or to learn. So I nowadays would say that I prefer to do it on my own. Obviously, it's important to share your knowledge with others in order to maybe maybe have a feedback, maybe to evaluate or yeah, I think that that's the word. Evaluate your progress and maybe comparing it with the others. So, but in general, I would nowadays I would prefer to I prefer to learn on my own. I think that it's more flexible.
Great, great. And how about you, Pedro?
I think for me, is a mixing of some things. to learn on my own and someone else in a classroom because as Christian said, the feedback is important and sometimes we make networking with other people and exchange of knowledge and ideas. For this, I think is important to in a classroom with another people as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think for example, in this idea of uh, language practice or language learning, actually, I think it's important to mix both because it's interesting. But for example, for me, to learn by myself when I'm studying like grammar, vocabulary, and these technical or specific points, but to practice conversation, for example, and to have a feedback or to practice speaking and listening, I think it's more interesting to do in a group, I guess. But yeah, it depends of the person, but in a general way, I think it's more interesting to mix both, I guess. But what do you think, Mariana? What's your opinion?
Per student learning new things on my own because I concentration and I think is very different. Do you have a own stay in the class and learn with other people because anyone is a different time of the learning. It's important to know other people, but in about the learning, it's on my own.
Yeah, I think this point about concentration is important because, for example, when I'm reading something or when I'm studying a specific point, as I said, in a language study, for example, I really prefer to do that alone because I can concentrate and read and go back and absorb more the point, I guess. So yeah, about concentration, I think it's so important to do that alone, in my opinion. But yeah, I think that's the idea. So guys, we don't have time for another question, but I would like to send here on the chat the survey link. In this link, it's a anonymous survey. So in this link, you can say what did you think about the immersion, suggest another topic, for example, or say something that you have. So that's the idea. I would like to thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I see you in the next time. Okay, bye bye. Thank you, Pedrito, Mariana, Christian. See you.
Bye bye.